Hey, how's it going, guys? We're going to be playing a little bit of Evil Bank Manager today. We actually put a Let's Play of the video up on the channel, but I'd like to go ahead and do a full game here on stream and see what we think. So we've got a bunch of different nations to choose from, of course. Last time I took France, but I want to see sort of the bonuses of each region. And this is primarily like the region where you start in. Obviously, the Mongol Guard produces the most fear, which is pretty cool. Cost of development of departments. Initial capital of the bank for Korea is 50% more. That seems pretty cool. 25% more influence in politics for the French. 20% less resources for the development of the Federal Reserve. I like Castile. Then again, the cheap cost of opening new countries for England is pretty cool. So I'm going to take England. I actually haven't taken them yet. And we'll jump right into the game, folks. How's it going, Matt? Good to see you. Alex and Pieter. Good to see you guys. Yeah, the Mongols seem pretty cool. The benefit for the Mongols in this game is that, number one, their provinces in Mongolia are obviously less expensive, but also their guards frighten the enemy more, so we're more likely to get our money back if somebody defaults on a loan or something like that. So a lot of inappropriate comments on the Evil Bank Manager video. I sort of expected that, though. I don't hold it against anybody. All right, we're going to skip this tutorial. So we don't need the tutorial, guys. What we're going to do now is get employees for our new British bank, Barclays. Maybe it is Barclays. I'm going to go ahead and hire Eric Mercer here. Starting capital 200. And we can hire another guy to invest with, but we're going to wait just a little bit. Alright. Investment, guards. We need to hire somebody to train the guards here. And we likely won't need the guards for a while, but it's always good to be prepared. So we're going to put Terrence Howard there in charge of the guards and espionage. This is quite important in this game. Make sure that other countries are willing to work with you. So we're putting Neil Oswald in there. And I think that's it for actual members, you know, like members of each individual department. So we're going to continue, guys. We're going to the next turn, but we do need to purchase capital. Now, let me just quickly go to next turn. And we're jumping into investment right now. So as you can see, we have no investments because we don't have any location on the map that's under our control. We want to try to find a location that we can actually take advantage of. And usually I found that in India that happens because these are sort of like single states at this point. And that allows us to sort of control them just a little bit better than we would otherwise. Aurangabad is 42,000 to open up. It's quite expensive, but I'm going to go ahead and purchase Aurangabad and head to the exchange. We'll actually head to the capital and try to purchase an investment here. So there's actually quite a few. Right now it looks like the house is the only thing we can purchase. We can't get the other investment, the farm, because it's a little too expensive, and that's a problem. We actually need desperately that farm, but you can see the ownership or the value of the house over here, guys, is going up consistently. And this is kind of why you buy property like a house, things like this in this game. They are going to go up in value, usually. Hey, Gaming Kittens, how you doing? Is there an Oswald in your espionage? Oh, yeah, I get that one. Okay. Yeah, we are making a little bit of money, but I want to sell that house pretty soon. We're actually making a profit now, but we're not making any resources, and without resources, in this game, you're in quite a lot of trouble. We are going to try to improve our relationship with Aurangabad, so let's go here. We're going to do some gathering. This will improve our relationships. We'll do a meeting, but we need to get the influence up, and as you can see, we're trying to bring that relation past neutrality levels. We want these people to like us, essentially. And the value of our house is not going up much, guys, so I might go ahead and sell the house. It's going to give us 8,433 gold. We want to get something that can actually produce items for us, resources, things like that. Hi, Yigitsundu. Good to see you, man. Okay, so we can get sapphire. Look at this, guys. We found a sapphire mine. Now, the problem here is I don't know if we can last till next turn with the expenses. We barely lasted till next turn. We're going to go to the exchange here, and we're going to sell all. And basically, we're going to have to rely on the sapphire income. It looks like war is going to begin between Argolensk, Russia, and the Perm regions, but we're not currently in that area. You can always try to support one of these regions, and I think Perm Russia would be the one we'd want to, but look how expensive it is. 270,000. Yeah, that one, Alex. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. I'm not even going to say it here on stream. That was one of many. Okay. Oh man, I really want to buy it, but we just don't have money for it, guys. We gotta wait. There's another sapphire mine there, and you can see the value of these foreign areas. There's definitely some value there. The problem is we need to sell off these resources to get the gold, and we're growing slowly, not as quickly as I'd like. We've got to increase the influence a bit, guys. Okay. Yeah, we're at 4,000 now, but you can see how long this is taking. I might want to go ahead and give a credit to somebody. These guys are asking for that. We're going to go ahead and give it to them. And hopefully this will also improve our relations with this particular country. I can only hope so. Let's open the window of luxury. Now, this is our sapphire mine, and I just can't sell it, but I think we might eventually have to sell it just to get more money to purchase other properties. Let's see what happens. Okay, we'll go to the exchange, sell all of our sapphire here for 5,000. And again, we just need to keep looking for an opportunity, guys, to purchase something new. And it looks like a house here is only 3,000. That's pretty good, but we also have a grain allotment here, and that's what I'm going to get. It's basically a grain farm, so we'll be getting some grain as well as the sapphires. And you want to just, increase these investments. That's the whole point of the game, is to make your investments pay off, just like a real bank. And over time, we'll purchase locations in other areas, etc. All right. Ah, glorious coffee from the Americas. It's amazing to think that this wonderful cup of coffee would be considered like a true delicacy in the time period we're playing in. So the Fear our guards have is actually really good. What we do need to do is get some weapons. So we'll jump over here to procure some weapons. Actually, none are available. Okay, interesting. We're going to need some wood. We're going to need a lumber location. As you can see, I'm kind of cycling through just to grow those resources. During the winter months, obviously, your wheat resources and things like that do not grow. So you kind of lose out on that particular income temporarily. What I want to do now is start buying homes. We want to start buying those houses in this area. And, if we invest in this country enough, we're essentially going to pretty much own this country. Is to be a pal of the government. South Africa, all you need to grow your investment is to be a pal of the government. Too true. All right, guys, so the control over the IMF begins now. And the way this works is one of the banks that are represented here, including our own, of course, has to control 51%, or at least a majority after 200 turns, of the actual funds. So in this case, we're not going to buy anything, but we obviously want to get shares. And this is 4.6% of the shares. That's pretty damn good. That's a lot. And Unia Bank has purchased that for 43,000 gold. That's a lot, as you can imagine, guys. Way more than we have. And so those goods, but we're not making a lot with these particular locations. We could actually sell these locations and make 13,000, but I kind of want to hold on. Like I want to see if we can improve our relation with this country, and eventually they can really like us. What happens is that the country loses respect for you, because as you're purchasing these things and making money off them, you're actually defrauding the country's government. So each turn, they can actually accuse you of fraud. I had that happen in Prussia, and all your banks are closed down, and you can't make any investments or any profit. Piotr, I didn't even know Chile produces copper, says Piotr. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm surprised myself. All right, Here we go, another bid for IMF funds. And that's going to be Bardi and Perugi. I believe that's a Polish bank. In this case, it would be the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Yeah, see, we're not making any resources now, guys. This is a problem. So we might need to sell some of these locations for sure. And Wieselbank has also purchased some goods. We'll wait one more turn because winter's over, but no, our locations are not producing any goods. So I think I'm gonna have to sell these. Let's open the window. Ooh, they've been disabled. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. The country's disabled our possibilities of purchasing, of selling. We just didn't keep diplomacy high enough, and there's no way we're gonna make it through now. We can't even sell our buildings. That will be a GG, a defeat, and that's how it works. So let's try another one. I want to go again. And we're going to start as England once more. We'll be a little more careful this time. We won't push it so much. As you guys can see, if you build too many locations in one country, or you make too much money off one country, they will lose respect for you and shut your banks down. So we got to be in the good graces of these guys. First thing we're going to do, go to the map here. Let's take a look here in Perm. Now, this is a lot less expensive than the location we were just in. It's going to be in Russia. It's not going to have the resources. The resources simply aren't going to be as good because when you're in India, obviously you get spice, you get all that amazing stuff. Here, things are probably not going to be as good, although we'll probably get some furs and things like that. Let me jump to our capital and just purchase our new bankers. Oh, there we go. Henry Black. This guy's new. That's a new portrait. I haven't seen that one yet. Let's do currency here. Hey, Dally, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my friend. How have you been? Dally here, guys. The channel art designer. Awesome, awesome guy. And yeah, I always like to see him here at the stream. And by the way, we're going to improve our relation with Perm here. So let's go in and let's see if we can purchase anything. We're going to have to, I think, wait one turn before we start the actual purchasing. I definitely want to see that we have someone here. We're going to hire Chad Adrian. These are very, like, American names. Having a few beers, nice. Very nice. This is, as somebody called it, I believe it was, may have been Matt, or may have been somebody else here, that this is a usury simulator 2018. So we're just evil bankers, and we're trying to conquer the world. All right, let's move forward. So now let's see what we can purchase here in Perm, what value this place has. All right, it's an iron ore mine, guys. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's going to give us some iron. We can use that to actually get weapons, and eventually we can maybe start giving out some credit and use our guards to retrieve that credit. Now, the cool thing about retrieving credit is we can either ask for the full sum of the money back, or we can just take the property. So we definitely want to do that as time permits. So we're going to give a credit here to Perm. And I definitely want to keep our relations with these guys high, guys, because last time when we just had one country and we couldn't get the relations up, we were kicked out. Old Anno or a Patrician. I have Patrician. I have all the Patrician games on Steam. I'd love to eventually do a campaign here for you guys. But I'm not as good at Patrician. It's one game that I've always been fascinated by, but I never took time to learn. Let's purchase that in Perm. So that's a grain farm. Not bad, Tib. Things are okay, I guess. We're actually in the process here of, it's a major purchase for me, obviously, of getting a new PC. We really need to. This one is getting old. Obviously, if you guys want to contribute to that, you can always click that little PayPal button down below, or send PayPal funds to agrippaMaxenius@gmail.com. Which one was about the Hanseatic League? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I think it was Anno, I'm pretty sure. But the funny thing is, in this game, we also have the Hanseatic League. So, obviously, a major banking system. Here we go, another iron mine, guys. We're getting a lot of stuff in this country. Perm is not so bad right now. I just want to increase that influence, increase that relation. But right now, we own a tremendous amount in this country. We're going to buy another iron mine And like I said, with this, we can produce weapons. So we can actually go to our armory here, and we can go ahead and order some crossbows, order some halberds. And this will be enough to outfit most of our guard. In fact, I forgot about our guard. Let's get somebody in there. Abraham Nathan. Okay. Hey, Icon. Very cool, man. Yeah, Dally says need a new GPU. Yeah, working on getting a new PC as well with Tiberius. Yeah, I got the black screen of death a few times this month. I know it's when that starts happening, the CPU's failing. I just, I've had PCs for long enough to know that, so I'm kind of just waiting for the inevitable to occur. In the meantime, I'm trying to save up as many funds as possible. You can see our ownership funds, guys, are going up pretty dramatically. So the location here of Perm is valuable, very valuable. If you don't mind, Dally, I'm not tech savvy in the slightest, man. When I finally push to make the purchase, I hope I can get your opinion, because likely I will be buying a store-made PC. I don't want to buy a custom-built PC just because I can't get a warranty on it. I know it's a silly reason, but I've had warranties on individual pieces before, and it's not good. I need something like instantaneously, so I probably will go with one of the store PCs, but I want to make sure I get one with like a really nice card in it. Let's see if we can purchase anything else. We can also give some more loans. Yeah, we're gonna give another one to Perm here. They should love us, man. We're giving them all this money. We're paying for their wars essentially. And I wonder if our influence grows if we have more than one bank manager here. So I'm gonna hire another bank manager. No, we can't. Okay, so I think I know what we have to do. We have to actually upgrade. And only after we upgrade can we add another bank manager. But right now we're not in that position. Let's get the headquarters to level 2. Okay, we need 2 regions. Oh, that's so frustrating. Well, let's at least sell all of our excess goods here at the exchange, guys. 16,000. Man, it doesn't get much better than that. Now, it looks like I think we purchased nearly all investments in Perm. We definitely need to find a new place to go, but the problem is opening up a new trade route is very hard to do for just 16,000 gold. I think like the least expensive is 28,000, so we still have to save quite a bit before we move out. Hey, how you doing, Ariman? Good to see you, bud. Yeah, absolutely, Araman. Paying for wars was a common thing back then. Yeah, and banks had their own little private armies to enforce the law. Pretty much. Look at how our gold is staying very solid right there, guys, and our resources are growing dramatically. So pretty soon here I'm going to buy a new location. But one thing I haven't done, and I certainly should have, is continue to improve our relations here with Perm, but it doesn't look like we can. And this is the problem. Once you start to lose relations like this, you get into a situation where they could potentially shut your bank down and take everything from you. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to sell all of my stuff here, at least some of it. So I'll sell the farm. Gets us up to 45,000. Keep the mine, but I'm going to take a look here at the world map and see if we can do anything else. So to move to Siberia would be 95,000, or to open up a branch here. Kazan, 123,000. Just in general, this area is very expensive. Perm is pretty much the cheapest in the area. So I think we have to go for these smaller countries. So you know what? Let's go back to our Indian friends. We've gone here before. Let's do it again. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. 41,000. We have to wait till next turn, though. And now we jump back to Aurangabad. Iron ore mine here as well, guys. Beautiful. Oh, boy. Yeah, Perm is not liking us right now, and I think they just shut us down. Nope, we're still open in Perm, but it's getting bad. What do you guys think? Should we sell this mine? We get 19,000 for the sale price. We paid 16,000 for this mine, so technically we come out with a nice hefty 3,000 profit. It is unfortunate that we lose a mine, but again, I think it's something we have to do. And I wonder if selling our investments in this country will increase our relations with them, like maybe sort of like the mafia staying out of a certain neighborhood for a while. After a while, the police stop focusing on them. I'm just guessing, but I'm thinking that could be the case. So I am going to sell this location in Perm here. I'm also going to see if our guards can pick up any unpaid loans. But it looks like no. It looks like there are no unpaid loans as far as I can see. We can certainly give credit here to some countries. Let's give some credit to Aurangabad. And we'll also try to improve our HQ. There we go, guys. So we're going to improve the HQ. We're going to improve the investment department. And this is also going to give us room for more investments. Improve the creditor department. And, of course, the corrupt government department, the espionage department, as it were. This is one part of the game I don't like, I have to say. I think this reminds me way too much of those Facebook games where you, like, have to upgrade to level 2 and then upgrade to level 3. I just think it's, like, an unnecessary part of the game, but it could just be me. Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we go. Let's see. Get another location here in Aurangabad. Gold. Guys, we have gold mines! Oh, no, these are just cottages. Never mind. So this just produces gold because it's a home. You know, it's basically where people are paying rent, etc. But it's a bit of ownership. Why not? Sapphire deposit in Aurangabad. Oh, baby. All right, let's sell that. Not bad. And we're not even at the IMF shares. That's at turn 50, I believe. But we do have to improve these relations. Okay, so let's try to improve our relations with Aurangabad. I don't think we're going to do much with Perm. They don't really like us. And for a game with only 200 turns, it's pretty challenging. You know, like, we have to do a number of things within these 200 turns to be able to get IMF funds. And you can even upgrade to level 5 with the real estate items. But imagine how long that would take. Like, how much work that would take. Oh, absolutely, Dowley. Do we have a release date for that? I can't wait. All right, let's take a look here once again. Potentially an investment we can make. And yeah, an iron ore mine for only 1,000 guys in Perm. It is in Perm, so it could potentially be a loss, but I'm going to pick it up. I can't help but take a deal that good. All right, here we go. More investment, and this time Aurangabad is going to be the one, a logger's hut. Again, really cheap, really inexpensive here. So I'm going to do that. But, of course, we will continue to try to improve relations here. And I'm going to see... So, influence is 24, guys. We'll take a look next turn to see if it increases. Oh, that's right. We never put this guy over there. Okay. So, let's see if it increases next turn. Yeah. I mean, a little bit. But not by much. All right. Let's give some credit to Aurangabad here. And potentially pick up another location. So it's a little expensive, but we can once again exchange, sell all, and potentially get enough to purchase one of these properties. I'm going to purchase the logger's hut. All right, nice. We're actually making a decent profit without even selling anything right now, and that's just because of the ownership we have in these countries. Pretty straightforward. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Once again, I'm going to increase our relations with Perm here just so they don't shut us out. We're basically just increasing relations with them so that we don't get charged with fraud. That's pretty much the only reason. Otherwise, I'd boost our relationships with Aurangabad and try and really, you know, get the Indian nations to absolutely love us, deal with us. And again, they have all those sapphire mines, you know, a tremendous amount of spice farms. These are places we probably want. You know, we probably want them on our side. Alright. Look at all those resources, guys. We're going to get up to 20,000. And this time I will push for a meeting with Aurangabad. Alright guys, it begins. Control of the IMF. I'm going to blast buy because if we can buy 5 shares for 7k, I'll take it. But it looks like Unia Bank got there first. Let's go ahead and sell at the exchange. 32,000 gold. I think it's definitely time to invest a little bit more here. Cottage in Aurangabad. That's a really expensive cottage. 12,000 for that. It's got to have some value, so let's pick it up. And let's see if we have any credit we can give. So I do want to give credit to Perm this time. I wonder if giving them credit improves their relations. I think it should, right? You know, they're basically borrowing money from us. Okay, non-repayment from Perm, guys. We can go and take that location. I'm going to wait till next turn, though. Yeah, we didn't make a profit in Perm because they've shut us out. Oh, these sneaky little bastards. You thought banks were bad. But right now, Perm is not paying us back our loans. And there's no way for us to get those locations back. This is the terrifying aspect of working with these governments. We can still improve our relations with Perm and get them to reinstate our properties. But that is pretty sneaky, man. Especially after they took a loan for them to do that. That's sneaky stuff. That's like taking a massive loan and then declaring bankruptcy the next day. Send in the mob. Indeed. Although I think, unfortunately, and this is the creepy aspect, when we're in a situation with a country where we owe them money, but they don't like us and they've shut our banks down, we don't have any right to go in and take anything. In the case of Aurangabad, as you can see, non-repayment is at 37%. We could take back one of the locations there. So I'm going to, because I'm sure you guys are wondering how that works, that part of the game. We'll go ahead and jump into the guards. Or I think maybe we have to go to the credit. Yeah, here's where we go. Credits, borrowers, debts. Okay, so they're not overdue yet. They're almost overdue. I believe it's 2 turns. If they don't return our payment in 2 turns, then we can take their location. Another sapphire deposit. Yes, please. And I'll see if we can't improve our relationship here with Perm to get them to reinstate our banks. I hope so, guys. Okay, yes, nice. So you can reinstate the banks, and I think what I'm going to do first thing, we get our locations in Perm, and we probably should sell them. Or maybe we should keep them. We can pretty much keep these guys on our side if we just, you know, continue to contribute to the actual corrupt governments. Let me see if I can upgrade this building. Okay, we need headquarters level 3 to do that. 4 regions. My goodness. What do they think we are? How can we get 4 regions? So expensive, so hard to do. And maybe we could sell off. We'd have enough money to get another region if we sold off everything in Perm, so it might not be a bad idea. Straight banking, yeah. Araman is absolutely right. I mean, you can get pretty strong, and you can, you know, pretty much take back any payment owed to you eventually, but you never get to the point where you can, like, conquer countries or anything like that. But you can bankrupt countries, so depends on the trade-off there. Okay, let's go here. Corrupt governments. And once again, guys, I want to improve relations with Perm. They're the ones really more likely to kick us out. Did I just improve relations with Aurangabad? I think I did. Sell all. This should be enough to actually invest in a location. Malabar is only 21,000. Does anybody know what Malabar reminds me of? The Malabar Front. Anybody know that? The Malabar front. All right, so that was 21,000. Not too expensive. Let's go to next turn, and let's see what we can invest in here in Malabar. Oh, nice. Okay, so there's a cottage for 8 grand. Let's go for it. Unfortunately, and I don't know why this is, you can only make 1 offer per turn. I think if you upgrade that to level 2, you should be able to make 2, but it is what it is. So you make 1 offer per turn, and then you've got to wait. And we definitely need to increase the value of that building because we need a lot more influence if we want to keep these people on our side. 1.2% of the shares. Banco Generale paid $36,000 for that. So it just goes to show you how much better these other countries are doing. Oh, it was oh yeah, Delhi. I mean, I have wanted to do that. We've done some Escape from Tarkov videos. They're actually in the on the channel, but I just think that viewership-wise, it didn't work for this channel. It's very interesting, like the games that you guys like to watch. It seems to be very specific. Like Armored Brigade is doing extremely well. Gravity Tactics is doing extremely well. But anytime we do like more mainstream games, or even Escape from Tarkov, like shooters, we don't do very well. I think the last shooter that did quite well on this channel was Rising Storm 2. And we'll certainly try to do more of those in the future, but it's sad to say I just don't think that this is a channel that's going to be friendly to Escape from Tarkov. You know, I made this a strategy channel. I've got to live with that. And I do love strategy games. I have considered, and I don't know how you guys would feel about this, but of potentially starting a separate channel. Wouldn't put nearly as much time into it as this one, where I do like more mainstream stuff. But again, I just don't have the time for that right now. But it's certainly something that I've wanted to do. So we'll see. Sell all. Man, those resources are growing, and like this is probably my best game in this particular game, just in terms of ownership. But right now, the other banking houses are crushing us in terms of purchases. Yes, yeah, definitely. They're really, really fun. Although somebody made a good point on the Armored Brigade video. It's a pretty funny point. It's like, you know, with modern wars like that, and I think this is very true, the battle is so fast in terms of the resolution. Like, it's not like World War II, where maybe if you've got a tank, you can, like, slip past the enemy lines for the most part. Your chances of slipping past the enemy lines are so slim. You know, the modern weaponry is so good that, you know, having a modern battle, it's like when you actually meet the opposing army, you're talking about like a 2-3 second battle. You know, just massive rounds going off either way, extremely advanced targeting systems, and it just makes you wonder, like, what are wars in the future going to be like? I can't imagine. Yeah, I think both do. I think both Armored Brigade and Gravity need multiplayer Dally. It's a shame they don't have it, and I think just with that alone, you'd bring so many more viewers, so many more players to both games. Yeah, exactly, Araman. That's kind of how I look at it. It's not a loss to try. The other idea I had was a scary story channel. I actually have one that I've kind of put aside. I took the name. But I'd like to, yeah, I'd definitely like to open up something different here so that we have, you know, several opportunities or several different things we can look at and not just strategy games. Man, oh yeah, baby, we got it, guys. It's only 2 shares, 2% of the shares. But you know what? It's something. And again, the first one is 51%, or the person that has the most shares by the end of the 200 turns wins. By the way, here's another game that could do with some multiplayer once again, but it doesn't have any. Let's go here to Malabar. We're going to buy that iron mine. Yeah, exactly. I think it's World War III, even though he fought with... oh, no, he says, I don't know what World War III will be fought with, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Yeah. Yeah, that's, he's pretty honest. Okay, so yeah. Now, we've got them back in our good graces, but Aurangabad is really pissed at us there. Yeah, I made the same mistake, Dally. I was going to correct him, and then I'm like, no, he's right. He said, I don't know what World War III will be fought with, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Let's see. I was about to correct him too. I was like, no, World War IV. I think our minds were in the right location, though. We were in the right place. Let's order some weapons, guys. Next turn. So right now, Berkeley's, you can see, is up at the top with 4.5%. That's quite a large share, and they're probably going to be getting more. Once again, yeah, Aurangabad is pissed. What have we done to upset them so much? Oh, Operation Flashpoint. Yeah, man. Great stuff. And I feel like that's why I love Armored Brigade so much. It reminds me of, like, Operation Flashpoint mixed with Close Combat, mixed with, like, some 10 other games that I adore, you know? So I really like the mix. I think my biggest concern or my biggest upset with Armored Brigade is, of course, the lack of multiplayer and the lack of a campaign. You know, like, once again, it wouldn't have been so hard to just put a campaign in that game. Like, the single missions are great. And on my channel, we tend to do single missions more anyway. But I just think, like, why not? You know, it's a Cold War game. You could easily make a campaign, write up a pretty simple storyline. Boom, person can play campaign. So I think, especially when you have a game that doesn't have multiplayer, you've gotta have the campaign at the very least. Maybe I'm just nitpicky about it, but that's certainly how I feel. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping by this stream. I hope you guys had a really good time. I have not done the schedule for streams in a long time. I do apologize. I've just been very busy here in Portugal. As you guys can imagine, you know, I'm not working a mainstream job. I'm really doing mainly voice work here, voiceover work, as well as YouTube. YouTube makes close to nothing. Voiceover work makes enough for me to survive. So I've really been focusing on that, and I'd love to do some more schedules. I think next week or the week after, we'll definitely get one up. But again, for the streaming schedule, it's all going to be on Twitch. Doing these YouTube streams, you know, so that you guys get an opportunity to just pop in and watch whenever you want. Especially, if I assume a lot of you guys are browsing YouTube anyway. But for the Twitch streams, I mean, for most of the streams, it's going to be on Twitch. It's just the best place to go. YouTube's been shutting down so many different kinds of channels, gun channels, drug channels, just a tremendous amount of channels. I don't feel too safe here, I'll be honest with you. It's a very shaky ground here on YouTube. So we want to make sure to keep Twitch open all the time. Yeah, absolutely, Dally. In fact, if you'd like, not right now, but later today or tomorrow, I would love to do multiplayer, a multiplayer CC battle. I always like when you guys are willing to do a multiplayer CC battle with me because I can upload that to the channel for the other viewers to see. My only rules are, if you're playing as Germans, you only get one tiger. Only one tiger allowed because they're way too OP. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Don't forget to subscribe there to the Twitch channel. And if you want to contribute to me getting Crusader Kings 2 Holy Fury, you can send PayPal funds to here. Or just go to Stream Elements, or you can also send PayPal funds to agrippaMaxentius@gmail.com. That's something I definitely want to do a campaign on, and that's going to be the CK2 Holy Fury. But we don't currently have enough funds for it. And we've got a strange situation here. It's kind of frustrating. Since I'm in Portugal, and I started my Steam account in the United States, I now have to put my Portuguese tax information to buy anything with a card on Steam. It's not too complicated. It just means I have to go to the mall and buy a Steam card. But it kind of stops that instant gratification of a purchase. Anyway, guys, thank you again. I'll catch you on the next one.